Hey guys, welcome back to Auto Repair guys. Thank you guys for watching and subscribing to the channel. Today will be super helpful video guys to any of you having a vehicle, having an engine, and you want to know what are the symptoms of bad camshafts. Stay with us, we'll explain that today, and we will share the top symptoms, top signs of bad camshaft and what you can expect if it goes bad. Before we start, let me just tell you quick about us. Every single car we get at the garage, we try to make at least 200 to 300 free repair videos. Why we do that? Simply because our mission at the shop is to save you as much money as we can. All we need in return, please subscribe to the channel, like the video. That way we can keep making these absolutely free videos to you guys. Now, if you need to buy any parts, tools, camshafts, anything for a good price and quick shipping, check out the link in the description of the video below. That's where we get all our tools and supplies from. With that being said, that's the camshafts that we have here out of that engine. Now, what are the signs of bad camshaft, guys? Okay, those are really tricky. Now, modern engines nowadays even use direct fuel injection. Okay, for gasoline engines or the diesel, the common rail diesels, they use direct diesel injection system as well. That's driven by the camshaft. And the direct fuel injectors, okay, they have one of the camshafts usually drive the high pressure fuel pump here as well. We're going to get the fuel pump. I'm going to show you in a second. Okay, so yeah, it's not just for the valves, it has multiple things. So usually the pump, okay, will go, there is a tappet between the two, and that lobe right here, you can see it will go up and down and it will pump the pump. So it works for the direct fuel injection, kind of like the diesel engine. So what are the symptoms of bad camshaft? Ticking or knocking noises coming from the top of the cylinder head, and those are hard to diagnose sometimes. Why? Because sometimes they come and go, guys. It really depends on the RPM, it depends on how hot the engine oil is, how thick the engine oil is, and all that stuff. But if you suspect that you have ticking, knocking noises coming from the top of the cylinder head, I'll recommend to check the tappet for the fuel pump if you have direct fuel injection pump. And next, you need to remove the camshaft and inspect each one of the bearings. The moment you remove the bearings, guys, the camshaft caps, you will notice your bearing condition. If it's nice and smooth, it's a good bearing. This one is a great bearing. This one started getting wore out. You can see my nail is getting stuck a little bit, but it's still not bad. Worn bearing will be uneven, guys. It will be done practically. You will be able to feel it, and you will have a lot of shavings, metal shavings around that bearing. Let's say the bearing on the third bearing, so 1, 2, 3, the third bearing is bad. If you look at it that way, it will be 1, 2, 3. Right here you will have metal shavings. We do have some, but not as many. You can see, okay, that aluminum shavings that's coming from the cylinder head and the camshaft as well. Often when the camshafts go bad, it will eat the cylinder head as well because it's aluminum, so that could happen as well, guys. So worn bearings can develop that knocking, ticking sound. What else can cause that? Okay, it can cause misfires. Why? If the camshaft, okay, the camshaft, I think they're called lobes right here, the high spots that open and close your valves, okay, are worn. What can happen at that point, guys? They may not open correctly the valves all the way, okay, and as a result, because they can get wear out where that angle will be different, they will not open the valves all the way. That can cause misfires, poor fuel burning. That can cause engine light for misfires, for rich fuel mixture, because the fuel will not be able to burn correctly. You will not be able to meet emission standards as well. So that can easily happen. Another thing, guys, okay, that you can experience if you have direct fuel injection or diesel, guys, the place where, okay, the fuel pump or the fuel injector, okay, is being pressed by the camshaft, it's kind of like the lobes for the valves. Okay, if it's not right, guys, if it's wore out, it may not build enough fuel pressure as well, and that can cause misfires and loss of power as well. That, for instance, Volkswagen's had a TDI 10-cylinder engine that used to wear out the lobes for the fuel injectors, and as a result it wasn't able to build enough pressure. So that could happen as well, guys. So another thing, okay, look for metal shavings in the engine oil. If you have metal shavings in the engine oil, if you remove the upper, or if you just remove the valve cover and you look around, you'll be able to see metal shavings. If yours is usually going bad, you'll be kind of like able to see them. Okay, in the corner you can see like the one we have right here, where cylinder number where the third, okay, bearing started going out. So this one okay, is definitely done. On this side everything's good, and check it out, we don't have any shavings, and this one is in perfect condition, the intake camshaft. The exhaust one is practically the one that has some wear, especially okay on this bearing has a little bit of wear, and if you look right there, okay, you have all those metal fine shavings. So if you have that silver metal shavings, that means that it's very likely you have some wear on them as well. And another thing, okay, that could happen, actually you can seize your engine. They can seize to the point that it seizes the engine, and we had a problem, okay, with wear. We had a code for camshaft correlation wasn't correct. Any code from P0010 to P0017 could indicate problems with that as well. The same codes could be for camshaft sprocket, variable timing solenoid, or jump timing. For instance, on one car we replaced the VVT solenoids, the timing chain, and the sprockets. We didn't remove the camshaft itself, but the problem was that one of the bearing was seizing, and that was slowing down the camshaft, and that was retarding or advancing the timing depending on the RPMs, and as a result it was just due to a bad bearing that was actually slowing down that camshaft, and from there, okay, actually messing up with the variable timing, and we had to replace the camshafts to fix that problem overall, and the cylinder head as well, because it was worn. And in some cases they can even seize your engine as well. So hopefully the video will be helpful. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.